Take a look at this. This does not look like a regular UFO. Now, I think this was transitioning this state of how it looks. It's how you transition from being seen to cloaking and being invisible. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode, I guess you could call it, or just another chat. Quick announcement, we're going to have our first interview. Preston Dennett, he's written countless books, and I think we're probably going to focus on what I think is his latest book called Wondrous. He's going to go over several accounts. The book Wondrous has about 25 different accounts of alien encounters. We'll probably pick about 3, 4, 5, talk about them, and I will go over some of my stuff. But the topic of today's video is invisibility and cloaking for UFOs. Now, you can choose to believe me or not. Sure, you could say I have a reason to lie, because I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel. Haven't made a cent from this channel, and doesn't really matter. But I saw a UFO broad daytime. This was back in, I believe, let's see, my child was about 1.5, 2 years old. So I think it was 2010, 2011. I went out around 11:15 during the day to go pick up a lunch. And my car was parked in the driveway. And when I got out, I sat in the car and started backing up. And I looked to my left, and this is what I saw. Now, it's got not a great drawing, but this is what I saw in the sky about 1.5 blocks away, and it was just doing this in the sky, back and forth. Maybe, I think it was trying to catch my attention, or it was having some kind of technical issue, or maybe it was some humans test flying a UFO, just having the time of their lives. Some pilots that are used to needing to deal with G-forces and things like that, and they can just whip around. But anyways, I saw this thing, so it eventually stopped moving. So I got out of my car, and the timeline is still a little jumbled, and I'm not gonna concentrate on everything, but basically what happens, I got out of my car and I was staring at it, watching it. It had stopped moving, and I'd said out loud and to myself, please don't fly away from me, fly towards me. I want a better look, even though this thing was still super close. And it did. It didn't fly directly at me. It flew kind of at an angle. And this is the part. Now, if you take a look at this, this does not look like a regular UFO. Now, I think this was transitioning this state of how it looks. It's how you transition from being seen to cloaking and being invisible. Because this is what happened next. As it started flying towards me, no sound, very low to the ground, I'd say about 40 feet maybe. I seriously, I could have hit it with a rock by the time it flew over my head. The top down started disappearing slowly as it was flying towards me. So when I got about halfway down the brim here, and I was looking above the craft, it was pure blue sky. You couldn't see it. And it was 100% cloaking technology, 100% invisibility. I know it. I've seen it. It could have been an inch away from my face. Would not have known it was there. And so eventually, as it got right over my head, it had cloaked almost all the way down, but not completely. So when it flew over my head, I saw the circle. It was just a black circle. And it eventually disappeared, and I kind of lost it in the sun. And that was it. So I think I figured out part of the secret to invisibility. Now, the red dots weren't lights. It looked very rustic, looked very two-dimensional. It looked fake, like it wasn't even there. Like if I had seen it on a YouTube video, I would have laughed. Like, how fake is that? I don't know. It didn't look. It looked two-dimensional at first, but I know it was three-dimensional because when it flew over me, it was the circle. So these dots, I would imagine this would probably have been a silver disc. So how does it go from a silver disc to this rustic looking thing with all these dots? And that's about how many dots it had on it. They weren't lights. I'm guessing these things are able, that's what makes the invisibility, is each circle generates something around it, maybe reflects light back. I don't know how it's done. If anyone's ever been closer to figuring out invisibility than me, after seeing it myself, I don't know. I'm assuming this is ET technology. And it's frightening no matter how you look at it. If ET, if they have that kind of technology where they can cloak 100% and be right next to us and we'd never know, I would have to assume that wouldn't be able to be picked up on radar either. And even if it was, it'd be too late. So if we, the human race, have figured out invisibility, wow, that's crazy. That is absolutely insane. Can you imagine the implications? Maybe not just on a ship or a boat or a plane or a train or whatever, but on a person. Maybe they can put this little doohickey on a soldier and have him march right on into wherever he wants to go. And I've seen it myself, so I know it exists. I just don't know if it's us or somebody else, meaning humans or off-world beings or interdimensional beings, or maybe these things are just ghosts from the past, which was more like a future. And maybe we've just started over so many times as a human race. But anyways, that's video for today. Watch out for the Preston Dennett interview coming soon. Should be, I would guess, once we work out our scheduling, which we are doing at the moment, should be on within the week. So I would hope by Friday that video should be up and rolling. So thanks again. Peace out. Stay safe and watch out for those invisibility cloaking UFOs. They could be right in front of you and you'd never know. So watch out.